I feel like as we get older, we realize that we're average. And I don't know if I'm the only one thinking about it or the only one realizing this kind of thing, but I feel like as you get older, you realize that the things that you do are always in the middle, average. And I don't mean it to sound disrespectful, right? I don't mean it to sound mean because I realize that myself. And I think there's always good in everything that we do, in every situation, in everything. There's always good, right? There's always something good in it. And also, of course, bad. But I'm going to talk about the good side of it now. And it's like the good side of being average. And I don't know how you defined average, but average basically means in the middle, right? Barely passed or it's barely scraped by to pass. And I realized this growing up that the things that I did, the things that I pursued, I was always only in the middle of it. I never excelled at something, although I'm not that bad at it, I didn't excel at it as well. I'm not that great at it. But, personally, you might think that way, that you're average and you don't really stand out or you're not better than other people compared to it. And I mean, I'm not saying it to compare yourself with others, but compare yourself with yourself, right? Compare your past things that you did and that you've done now, and if they got better, if you got better at it or not, if you stayed average. And I don't know where I'm going with this. I think I'm getting all over the place again. But it's not that when you think that you're average that it immediately means that you're bad, right? It doesn't always, or it doesn't mean that when you're an average person that you should take it as like an insult, right? I think you can take it as a compliment in a way wherein you know that you have room for improvement. You have some things that you can work on to be better, right? It's something that you can work hard towards to be better, right? Especially, I've been preaching a lot in this channel to better yourself, right? To better yourself with everything that you do, personally, and how you treat other people as well. I mean, it's just one sign, or one of the signs that you can say to yourself that you can improve. You have room for improvement because you realize that you're always almost in the middle of things, right? And as I've said earlier, I don't mean it in a way wherein I'm telling you that being average is bad. No. Being average at something or in everything that you do just gives or should give you the motivation to, and actually motivation and drive to work harder, right? To work harder to get out of that cage or to get out of that category of being average, right? And if you realize this yourself without hearing it from other people, of course that would hurt you, but if you realize it yourself, that's a good sign. It's a good sign that you have self-awareness and you're doing self-reflection. You know where you're at. You know where you're at in life emotionally and how you handle yourself, right? Because if you know and you consider yourself as average, that means that you've done your reflection, you've done, well, called self-reflection, and you know what you need to work on, right? And I don't know where I'm going with this, as I've said, but I just wanted to put out the message that I know I'm not the only one realizing that once you get old, once you're getting older, you realize that the things that you do are almost always in the middle of things, in between good or in between great and being bad, average, right? I don't know if it's a choice for some people, but a lot of times we downplay ourselves because we think that we're average, but there are some who barely do the minimum requirement to just pass or something like that. And I don't know if it's something as a like a defense mechanism of some sort, because when you give your best and you perform like 110%, you know that if you fail at it, you'll get hurt that much, right? You'll get hurt too much that you begin to give only the bare minimum requirement to pass or to be accepted or anything like that, just so that when you fail, or if you fail, you won't get hurt that much, right? And I hope you're not doing that. I hope you're giving your best in everything that you do, because at the end of the day, you might regret it, right? You might regret not giving your all. And I think I've gone long enough in yapping about being an average or anything like that. And I don't know if you got something out of this video. And I don't know, it's just something that I thought and wanted to share to some people. If, and they might relate to it, they might not. I don't know, I just view as being average not as bad as people think it is, because I think people have preconceived notions that when you're an average person, you barely scrape the surface, you barely make it. If they think that you're not good, right? But I think we should look at the other side of it, because when a person is average, you know that they have great room for improvement, right? They have potential to grow, right? Because they're not bad, they're just in the middle. That basically means that they have the potential to get better, right? And I think you should think that for yourself, right? And if you realize that for yourself, I'm proud of you. And what else? I know this video is all over the place, but I hope you got something out of it that you can use, that you can pick up something, or that you pick up something that you can use for yourself in moving forward in life for your betterment. And what else? I'm sorry for my voice today. I am currently sick, obviously, with my voice, but I guess that's about it. Stay awesome.